Hello and welcome. My name is Rachel Coletta. I'm a psychic intuitive and energy healer, and in today's video I'm going to be talking all about meditation. Now I know what you might be thinking. Oh no, not another meditation video. Pretty much all of us have had beaten into our heads how important meditation is, and I know it can feel kind of tired and boring, or some of us just really have a hard time sticking with it or feeling motivated to meditate, and that's okay. I feel very passionate about meditation. I have seen it have such a huge impact in my life and in others' lives that I'm going to be sharing some of my passion and excitement for this beautiful tool for connecting with self with you today. And by the end of the video, you just might be feeling kind of passionate about meditation as well. We'll see. So today I'm going to go over what meditation is, why I think that meditation is so important, and it's something that is a practice that is accessible and that we can all incorporate in our own unique ways into our lives to receive benefit. I'm also going to be talking some about my personal experience with meditation and the benefits that I've seen, and then give you guys a little bit of information on some how-tos to help you develop a meditation practice and find a meditation practice that's going to be able to be accessible to you, that can become more consistent for you, and that can be also the most impactful for you. So let's get started. To begin, what is meditation? I find that there are a lot of misconceptions about what meditation is out there. So I want to just clear the table and set the stage so we're all on the same page about what meditation is. Lots of people have the perception that meditation is about sitting somewhere quietly in the lotus position for an extended period of time and having no thoughts and a completely clear mind. And that could not be further from the truth. You can meditate in whatever position that you like. You can meditate for whatever length of time that you like. And on top of that, meditation is absolutely not about having a clear or blank mind. That is not the goal that you're shooting for, and an inability to do so does not mean that you're doing it wrong. Really, what the focus of meditation is presence. And presence meaning this is a state of observation or of witnessing. So it is simply eliminating distractions and giving yourself the time and space to be completely present with whatever is going on for you emotionally, mentally, mental chatter, noticing how your physical body feels. It is simply a practice of conscious, deliberate presence. And with that presence, having a state of observation or witnessing of whatever is there, compassionate witnessing, instead of a state of expectation for what should there or be there, or noticing what's there and immediately trying to shift it or wanting it to be different. It's just simply observing what is. It is allowing, again, not trying to force a shift or judge what is actually showing up, just allowing it to be there. And it's about calling in softness, releasing the tendency to brace. We all have this to some degree when we're not completely present with ourselves, when we are thinking about the future, thinking about the past, reliving a past experience, a video loop on play in our brains. Our energy does this thing, both physically, emotionally, and even our non-physical energy, where we brace, where we have an expectation or judgment about something that has happened or that might happen, and we brace for it. And so meditation is calling in this softness, and it's releasing this innate tendency, this learned tendency to brace for things that have happened or might happen, but likely won't. So meditation is a really potent clearer of energy. You don't have to even be going through any specific directed energy clearing practices for it to be so. Presence, allowing, and calling in softness are in and of themselves clearers of energy. So every time you meditate, it's almost like you're doing a little mini energy clearing on yourself. So that's what meditation actually is. And as I get down here a little bit further into the video, I'm going to give you guys some more specific information about the how-tos for getting into the state of presence and allowing and calling in the softness. But first of all, let's talk about why meditate. I know so many of us have read articles and heard about studies, and we know that meditation is important, yada, 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 but we just kind of push it aside. So allow me this brief moment in space here to really underscore and highlight for you why meditation is so beneficial. I'm going to start with some scientific information that has come through in studies. Things like increased immune function, increased positive emotion, decreased stress, increased social connection, and feelings of compassion. And this is so interesting because this happens when the participants are meditating by themselves, not even in group settings, but literally just connecting to presence, connecting to yourself, is automatically increasing feelings of social connection and compassion. Isn't that so beautiful? Decreasing feelings of loneliness, feeling less emotionally reactive, improved memory and creativity. And then there's actually been shown to be physical changes in the structure of the brain. So, for example, one study showed that the group of meditators, as opposed to the group of not meditators, had increased tissue mass, literally increases in gray matter and cortical thickness in the areas of their brain that relate to maintaining and regulating attention or focus, stress management, and even body awareness, your awareness of your body in space, which is just amazing. And there was also a meta-analysis. So a meta-analysis is a study that looks at and analyzes several studies that noticed that meditation, or what they called a mindfulness practice, in conjunction with participants who were experiencing chronic pain, found that this mindfulness meditation was associated with statistically significant improvement in depression and both physical and mental health-related quality of life. And also on top of this, there have been studies that have shown decreases in major cities. I think Washington, D.C. was one of them, in crime rates from group meditation efforts. Significant decreases in crime rates. And many of us have also seen these before and after photos of participants who've done, a month long of meditation or something like that, where you can just see the light and the energy emanating out of their eyes and from their face feels completely transformed. So meditation is a huge, impactful, powerful healing tool. And it's not something that gets recommended in mainstream society and by the mainstream medical establishment frequently. Some people have opinions that there's even some efforts to sort of suppress or decrease the ability of this information to get out there because it is shown to be so powerful. And on top of that, I will say that if you're somebody who is really looking to deepen into your intuitive gifts, to open your intuition and understand how your intuition speaks to you, have experiences where you're connecting with non-physical energies, meditation is instrumental, not only to opening and deepening that connection, but helping you connect in a way that feels safe and loving and good for you. It helps you set the energetic tone of that connection. So these are some of the ways that meditation can help you. And this is really just a tiny, small portion of a long, long list. In fact, I'd encourage you, if you're curious, to do some Googling and check out some of the really amazing benefits that have been scientifically shown and also that are more of the untangibles, the metaphysical benefits as well. It will blow your mind. It's so cool. So now I'd like to share with you a little bit about my personal meditation experience. I had been feeling that nudge, just sort of that little gentle push that it would be a good idea for me to start meditating for maybe a year before I actually started. So I was not quick on the uptake there. But I came to it in the perfect timing for me. And to begin with, meditation was extremely challenging for me. I literally started with setting a timer for 3 minutes, and I started meditating for a 3-minute period of time for probably several weeks. And then I gradually worked up to 5 minutes, and then I worked up to 8 minutes, and then I worked up to 10 minutes. And then from that 10-minute period of time, it actually suddenly something gave and released, and it became much more effortless and easeful for me to sit in meditation for 40 minutes, an hour, or even longer. And I'm not recommending that for everybody. This is what I was pulled to do when I was in a period of time where my intuition development was very rigorous, and this is the best way for me to manage that and to support that development. So do not feel like you need to meditate for 40 minutes or an hour to have an impact. You might be asking the question, how long should I meditate? And the answer is the amount of time that feels sustainable for you, and then gradually play with that time frame. So if it feels doable for you to start at 3 minutes like I did, please give yourself permission to do so. Every little bit you do, you will start to notice a difference and some effects. Meditation, the effects of meditation are cumulative. So for the majority of us, we're not going to meditate 1, 2, 5, 10, 15 times and have a radical change or a radical experience. Rather, after meditating consistently for a few months, 6 months, a year, as you look back, you will start to notice significant changes that build on one another. And I will also say that it is not common for me to meditate for a long period of time every day. And when I was first starting with those 3 minutes, I was doing it 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. When I had a really clear, easy to keep schedule, I would do it for 3 minutes in the morning. That's what worked for me. So start with what feels doable and workable for you, and do your best to be consistent there. And I also just wanted to bring up, there's not a lot of, from what I could find, clinical evidence to this, but I also started meditating when I was in a period where I was really healing and shifting some patterns and some energy around anxiety, depression, and addiction. Many of you know that I struggled with an eating disorder for 16 years, as well as binge drinking, and meditation was key to helping my anxiety levels, which was really what was at the root of those addictions. So that's some of my personal experience with how meditation has helped me, with how it's helped to really expand and explode my intuition, and how it's helped me with healing as well. So now let's move right into the how-tos, some of my best tips for connecting to a meditation practice that feels good and supportive for you. So first, I've already covered this, but to just really drive it home, make it doable and start small. Also, there are many, many, many different types of meditation. I often will hear from clients in sessions, well, I just can't sit still, or my mind always wanders, or sitting there for a long period of time, I get bored. Do not fear. There's a meditation for you. So some of my favorite meditations that kind of traverse these various different experiences are, you can do a guided meditation. So this is a meditation where you would listen to a recording where someone is guiding you through visualizations, breath work. There is a voice that you are following that is guiding you through your meditation experience. Some people find that really, really helpful to help them focus and relax and find ease when they first begin meditating. Actually, the first meditations that I did were guided as well. I found a 3-minute guided meditation, and that's how I started before I started just a silent follow the breath style meditation. So that would be the next one, is a follow the breath style meditation. So this probably isn't the go-to if you feel fidgety or like you get really bored or your mind wanders easily. Though I would like to challenge everybody to at least try this, because it's a really potent and important experience to have, sitting quietly with yourself and just following your inhales and exhales, not trying to force them to be in a certain rhythm, not trying to force them to be a certain length, but just following the breath, noticing any tightness that is there, noticing any thoughts or emotions that come up during this breathing, and just observing. That is the easiest and I think best way to hone or to direct your focus if you're just beginning a non-guided meditation practice. So there are also visualizations. So you don't have to listen to a guided meditation to do your own visualizations. And some of my favorite visualizations would involve a grounding visualization where you let roots out from either your feet, from your tailbone or seat bones, whatever is the closest to touching a surface, wherever you're resting your weight, and let those roots come out, go into the earth, go into Mother Gaia, go out as wide and as deep as they like, and let yourself just feel what it feels like to feel rooted in, and gently let any energy from the earth that wants to flow up and through you to do so. That would be visualizing and doing a meditation that's directing energy through your visualization. So the next would be walking or movement. So if you are easily bored or feel very fidgety in meditation, this can be a great option for you. So remember that the goal and the point of meditation is presence. So this isn't a walking or a movement meditation where you're listening to a podcast or listening to music or on your phone or walking on the treadmill while reading a magazine. This is a walking or a movement practice where you have eliminated any and all distractions that are possible for you to remove, and you're solely being present, again, with your breath, with your thoughts, with the various sensational input that's coming in, with the visual input if you're going on a walk, being really present with the flowers, the trees, the earth, the sky that you see, the smells, how does the air taste, being really present with not only your own internal tapestry, but what you are seeing and experiencing around you without distraction. So another great meditation option for fidgeters that actually lots of people are surprised at how well it works, but is to do a simple seated follow the breath meditation, but instead of challenging yourself to sit completely still without movement, allowing that energy that wants an outlet. So this could mean taking 2 fingers and just tapping them rhythmically on your leg or your knee while you're sitting there following the breath. This could mean finding, like they have various like fidget spheres or balls that you can kind of play with, sitting there quietly with the eyes closed, following the breath and fidgeting and playing with those balls. So you can find a way to keep yourself moving, give yourself that energetic outlet, but make it rhythmic, make it conscious, and then see how that does for you. You might be surprised and find it a lot more easy to sit with your breath if you allow yourself that outlet. And then the final thing would be a brain dump. So if you're finding that your mind is wandering and that's really frustrating you, first of all, again, as I mentioned at the very beginning, meditation is about presence. It's about a state of observation and compassionate witnessing. So this is an opportunity for you to open yourself up to just witness that this is happening, that this is where you're at, and to suspend any need to judge or label or, quantify how well you're doing based on that. In fact, we can take this one step further by making a specific intention of our meditation to be a brain dump. So if you know that your mind is going in a million different directions before you sit down to meditate, if you know that you're someone who is easily frustrated by a wandering mind, set this as an intention for your meditation so that it is the purpose of your meditation, and the more your mind wanders, the better you're actually doing. So what I mean by a brain dump is you sit there quietly, take a few deep breaths, close your eyes, or you could also do this walking as a walking or movement meditation, and set the intention that everything and anything that's in your brain that wants to be witnessed and that wants out just dumps out almost through the front of your face. The information, the chatter, the churning wheels are just this pouring, just like a faucet turned on, just pouring right out of your face, out of your third eye, out of your mouth, out of your face, out of your throat or neck, if this feels like there's some tension around there, and just let it go and watch what comes out. Sit back and just compassionately observe. So setting that as the intention for the meditation can really take a lot of pressure off and can actually make it more fun and enjoyable. Another helpful tip is to create a ritual or a routine around your meditation. So we can think of this sort of as Pavlov's dog. When the bell rang, the dog began to salivate. When you create a ritual or a routine around your meditation, there over time will become an ease that opens up, a greater ease that will open up for being able to access that presence in your meditation. Your mind, body, energetic, emotional system knows that when these things start to happen, you're preparing for meditation and it becomes more ready to access that space. So this will set the tone, and it can also help to set the intention for the space. And, it gets your mind and body in the mood. So some ways that you can do this would be to light sage or light a candle or some other kind of, incense aromatics before you do your meditation. This could also be picking out or choosing a specific meditation mat or blanket. I have a specific blanket that I've been using for meditation for years that I know when I pull out that meditation or that mat and I open it up and I sit on it, there's something that happens where I can just feel my energy begin to relax into the meditation. This could be choosing a particular crystal. Maybe you choose the same one each time. Maybe you choose a different one each time, but maybe just the act of choosing one is part of your ritual. Maybe there's some music or tones that you like to either play or listen to for a minute or two before you begin to access that meditational space. So you can play around with that, but I find that that's really helpful to create that routine or that ritual or something that signifies to yourself, to your subconscious, that you're opening up a space for meditation. And now I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have a current consistent meditation practice? What does that look like? And what are some of the effects or benefits that you've noticed? Alternatively, if you do not currently have a consistent meditation practice, or maybe you started and stopped and are looking to restart, what suggestion or idea from this video are you most looking forward to giving a try? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, if you found it helpful, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and give it a like. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button below and the bell button next to that subscription button so that you're notified each time I come out with a new video. It's been such a pleasure connecting with you guys today. I can't wait to hear about your meditation practice and experiences. All the best and many, many blessings. Until next time, love you guys. Bye.